From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snyder.
Temperatures still holding tight in the 60s across a lot of the area in spite of a sky that in parts looks like this. In other spots, there is some partial sunshine to be enjoyed. 62 at the airport officially with wind out of the southwest at 16 miles per hour. What you see is what you get for the remainder of this evening. You'll have a decent amount of cloud cover. 60s drop into the 50s, and that is it. That is how we will spend our lives all the way into tomorrow morning. The rain that we did have earlier fading away pretty quickly the farther east this ends up going. In the wake of that, cloud cover, yes. Additional rainfall, no, not really. This boundary extends like a tail all the way to our low that is way off to our north and moving farther and farther away from us. That part gone. Kiss it goodbye. It's out of the equation. Get ready to give a warm welcome to our next round of steady soaking rainfall. These are severe thunderstorms across the south. We don't want to deal with severe storms, and we won't. But what you are going to deal with is some of the heavy rain that will come alongside that. Future view tomorrow morning. If you've got yard work to do, if you've got something you need to do outdoors in general, do it before lunchtime. I think you're mostly dry and mostly fine to pull that off. After that, into the afternoon, all bets are off as you have multiple rounds of locally heavy downpours that will end up pivoting on through. I don't think Future View is selling this enough. Future View is really not aggressive with the overall rainfall. There's going to be a fair amount of steady soaking rain through the afternoon. Only slowly will it start to back off as we head into Wednesday night. Thursday, a quieter day all in. Doesn't mean there can't be a spotty shower, but think just 30% rain chance, and then it gets cold again. We could be talking about some frost early on Friday morning, probably a couple of nights and mornings. We're going to have to talk about some frost out of this. Forecast rainfall amounts. As high-res models have started to gel out of this, we are seeing a west to east divide. Folks on the west side, quarter to a half an inch. That would be it. That's manageable, not bad. From Rochester 390 off to our east, that's where you could be talking about locally an inch or more of rainfall, which gets us into some really rarefied air. I went back and I looked, starting in March, the entire month of March now through April, of which we still have a few days, obviously. This is already the third wettest stretch of March and April that Rochester has had in its recorded history. That goes back to the 1800s. And by the way, we may get another inch of rain tomorrow. So I think it's a slam dunk this is going to end up being number 2. It would take a busted forecast for that to jump into number 1 here, but still, that's crazy to think. This will end up being the second wettest March and April that Rochester has had in its recorded history. Frost and freeze Friday morning and Saturday morning, and very likely again on Sunday morning. I know this feels late in the season for this. Each of those snowflakes on that timeline showcase the last freeze since 2000, and you see how it's really not that late. In fact, it's pretty much par for the course for this time of year. 8-day forecast once we get beyond the chillier weekend. Hopefully some milder days are ahead.